weaknesses for the Lions in terms of keys to the game for your team?
So what I'm hearing is that your defense really isn't the strongest in the world either, right? It's kind of going on, right? I keep hearing that. I keep hearing that your linebackers are a little bit weak and your secondary a little bit weak. And it's kind of funny because I think we kind of mirror each other in that regard. I think that's kind of our weak spots as well. So I do expect it to kind of be of a higher scoring game between both of us, to be honest with you. I think our offense is pretty legit. Like, I know I'm not trying to be a homer or anything like that, but like I think Spencer mentioned it before. Terry McLaurin, I think he honestly is underrated across the league. I think he's one of the better, like, top 15 wide receivers in the league for sure. Jahan Dotson, I knew about him all at training camp. I was telling all my Eagle content creators, like, he's from Penn State. You guys know about him. He's legit, and he actually came out and scored 2 touchdowns in the first game. And then Curtis Samuel, man, like, we'll see what happens basically this week, but like they use him like Deebo Samuel light, man. They had him in the backfield. They're doing jet sweeps with him and things like that. They're using him like a multi-faceted weapon, and I'm like, you know what? Like, between that and Antonio Gibson and Logan Thomas is coming back, and then one more thing is that Cole Turner. He's kind of like a sleeper. Like, it's gonna be his first time playing this weekend against in the pros. He was a Nevada's tight end. He's like 6'7". He played with Carson Strong, and he's more of like a Jimmy Graham type. He won't block worth a damn. He'll be in the slot, and he can basically catch up the seam. So basically, it's going to be interesting. I think I think it's funny. Like, everyone thinks on the national level, those that don't know the Commanders too well, think we're a defensive-minded team. I think we're more of an offensive-minded team. I think it's going to be kind of interesting. So that's going to be the matchup. I perceive, you guys, I would love to hear from you guys. I heard the defensive backs are kind of weak, and I heard that the linebackers are weak. But I watched the game against the Eagles. I like a guy Walker, man, the safety. I think he's a pretty good player.
Yeah. Tracy Walker is by far the best player in our secondary, and
for sure.
You know, he lost his temper, got kicked out of that game, and we didn't see more of that.
I love it. That's awesome. Good for him.
Yeah, you know, you need that fight out of somebody, but he definitely needs to stay in there in this game against these guys, because that was my topic I brought in coming into the show. I'm really high on Terry McLaurin. I think he's a great receiver, and I look at the speed across the board with your guys' receiving core. You know, Terry McLaurin had a 4.35, Curtis Samuel 4.31, Jahan Dotson a 4.43, and our cornerbacks, they are trying to do this new press coverage, attack at the line of scrimmage, stuff the guy, because I like Ermanni Omowarie as one of our corners, but he's not the fastest guy. Same with Jeff Okudah, who is coming off an Achilles injury. He was fast. He was a good guy there, but he might have lost a step because of that Achilles injury. So I'm worried about them, you know, missing that block on the line of scrimmage, and your guys burning them not being able to catch up. What does the speed element look like with the wide receiving core that the Commanders bring out every day?
It's nice. I wouldn't necessarily, like, we do have those burners. Like, if you look at the stats, we do like 4.3, 4.4 guys. However, I would say they're more like nuanced runners. That's what I kind of like about them. That's why I think it transfers. Like, I'm a big like draft guy as well, and I like, you know, Drake London, for instance. I don't like guys with huge catch radius and those guys that have contested catches. I don't like those guys at all. I'd rather have guys that are like quicker and have great nuanced running. And I think that's what we offer here. I think you know, Terry McLaurin is a fast guy. As you saw, he scored a 49-yard touchdown last week. But he's the type of guy that's going to do a great hitch. He's a guy that's going to do a good slant. He's going to do like a good, like, you know, drag across the middle. He's going to get open kind of like in a workman's kind of way, and I think he has that. Jahan Dotson's the same way. It's kind of like Jahan Dotson is pretty much mini-me in regard to Terry McLaurin. The way they talk and speak. Watch some of the interviews. They act exactly the same way. They're humble workers, which I do like about that. And then Curtis Samuel, like, I was surprised. Like, I'll be honest with you, he went like undrafted in all my fantasy leagues. Like, people weren't really high on him because he had a core surgery last summer. He had a groin injury last season. And basically, we didn't even know what to expect from him. But he, like, go back and watch the film. He shook the hell out of a couple players last week. Now I was completely surprised by that. So I think they're more shifty as opposed to burners. But, like, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or bad thing against you guys. We'll see how it goes.